All right, guys, so morning routine, how your morning routine will make you money, how your morning routine will make you rich. In my opinion, I think your morning routine is critical to everything you do. Now, I know a lot of you are going to be saying, what does this have to do with getting money, doing a business, working a job? And for me, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. So if you're starting off your day, which is the first thing you do, and it's sloppy, it's not organized, it's gonna affect your money. So I thought it'd be a good video to show you what I do each and every day for my morning routine, so that way you can implement one yourself and you can get it going, right? All right, so the first thing I do to start my morning routine, the first thing you need to do is wake up early. You can't have a morning routine if you don't wake up in the morning. So for me, I wake up from 5 to 5:30. It varies. I like to get up at 5, but sometimes it's 5:30. But between that range, I get up every morning, right? And the first thing I do in the morning is I make my bed, right? So here's my bed. This is what I do in the morning. Now, today's Saturday, so I'm kind of walking you through the process. I'm not going through the motion, but I make my bed. And I think this is very critical to do in the morning because it's the thing you get out of, right? And also, if you're a person that works remote like me, I'm gonna be seeing my bed throughout the day, so I don't wanna see it messy, and it just gives me that first task to do, and it just looks clean, it's organized, and it just, it'll make you feel good if you see your bed made throughout the day. Also, if your bed is not made, and you work from home or you're just walking around the house, it's easy to jump back into the bed and just lay in it, right? But if it's made, you're not gonna wanna lay in the bed. You're gonna say, okay, I already made it. It's made for tonight, so when I go to sleep, so I'm not gonna jump in the bed and mess that up. So yeah, the first thing you need to do is make that bed in the morning, right? And put it together nice. As you can see, I'm not just throwing the covers together. I'm not just putting the pillows together. It is a process that I am making sure that I'm doing it nice, right? I'm not just throwing anything together. So that's the first thing I do in the morning. I make my bed. That's very critical. Check that box off. Make sure you get your bed done, your bed complete. And yeah, that's the first thing I do. All right, so the second thing I do in the morning is I meditate. Now, I've been implementing meditation for the last 2 years, and it's been helping me out, get ready for the day, clear my thoughts. A lot of us have a lot running through our mind, whether it's a business, whether it's a job, whether it's investments, personal problems, and all this stuff. And I think if you're able to meditate in the morning 5 to 10 minutes, that will help you clear your brain to start the day. Now, for me, I probably range from anywhere, like I said, anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes. I'm usually not at 5 minutes, but I usually don't hit 10 minutes. So it's really like 6 to 8 minutes, right? But in between that range, I found that it helps me clear my brain, and it gets me started for the day. So I go to this corner of my house or my apartment right there at the end of the couch, and I'll close my eyes. I'll put my feet up, cross my legs together, and I basically meditate for 5 to 10 minutes, right? Now, lucky for me, I do have a nice view. I do keep my eyes closed when I meditate, but I am getting the sun. So if you have an area in your house where you have a nice area where you could get sun, I think that's a plus because it's gonna be hitting you when you're meditating, and it helps me relax a little bit more. So yeah, this is where I go to meditate 5 to 10 minutes in the morning. Very crucial for me. Almost fell. Very crucial for me. I think everybody should get their mind clear. And now, look, these are productive things, right? Making your bed, meditating. So the first two things I'm doing are very productive, right? And that's the key to this thing. It's not just having a morning routine and just putting anything together, right? You got to make sure that these things are productive and they're benefiting you to start the day, to start your business, to make better sound decisions when it comes to investing or whatever the case may be, your job. They need to be productive. All right, so the third thing I do is I take AGI Greens. Now, I'm not sponsored, but this is good for my gut health, and I take it in the morning. Now I have been waiting to actually take this because if you take it on an empty stomach, it has a lot of probiotics and things like that. So it could hit your stomach hard. So usually now I wait till I eat a little bit. I might have some oatmeal and then I'll take it because it kind of just, you know, it's a lot hitting your stomach in the morning. But that's one of the first things I'll take in the morning, that AGI Greens. And again, I'm not sponsored, but it is a good product. So if you are looking for a probiotic, a green juice to drink in the morning to get your stomach right, you know, definitely try to check them out. There are other ones on the market, but this one it's really good. So yeah, that's the third thing I do in the morning. And I'll take that. And then from there, I'll go and I'll brush my teeth, I'll wash my face, and, you know, do the typical, the next morning routine steps you do: wash your face, brush your teeth. And from there, I'm gonna start my day, right? Now I do work compliance at a bank, but remember, I told you I wake up at 5 to 5:30. So I'm not starting that early. I usually start my job around 7 to 7:30. So before I start work, I throw in something something additionally productive, right? I make a video for YouTube, right? And it's usually a short. I usually have my shorts done the previous day. I'm usually shooting for the next day, right? So in this area right here, over here, I'll get ready, I'll come up with an idea, I'll sit in my chair before work, and I'll come up with an idea and I'll shoot a short so that way I can upload it for the next day, or when I get out of work, I'll edit it and then I'll upload it for the next day, right? So that's usually where I come up with my ideas. I'll sit there, you know, probably it takes me, like, I would say 5 to 10 minutes, maybe even less, maybe even 2 to 3 minutes to come up with an idea. It's just kind of like a financial message that I want to get out there. It's a short that I put on YouTube. And yeah, I'll shoot that and I'll save it for later. So that way, once I get out of work, I can just edit it and it'll be good to go, right? So yeah, so that's kind of my morning routine. All that, in my opinion, will take me maybe an hour, right? Maybe an hour or 45 minutes, but it's something I do every day. And the key to this is to do it no matter what, right? So even if you're on vacation, even if you're whatever, even if your schedule changes up a little bit, like, still try to keep this morning routine. I know sometimes it's not going to be easy. Maybe you have friends in town, maybe you have family in town. Whatever the case may be, try to keep and stick to this morning routine. I would say for the last 3 years, or last 2 to 3 years, I've been very consistent with it, and it's been helping me think clearly to make YouTube videos, to make better investments, to make more money, right? And again, a lot of you are going to say, oh, well, you know, this has nothing to do with making money. And it does. And it does. So because when you look back at it, when you make, let's say you make, you know, 40 or 50K, it's usually not the big things you did to make that money, to make that big score. It's usually the little things you did. So you need to make sure that you're focusing, you know, on the little things, the details, so that way it could trickle into other areas of your life. But yeah, so that's my morning routine. If you don't have a morning routine right now, I think you should get one. Again, it should be productive. I think starting with making your bed is pretty good. I think everybody should be making their bed. Meditation, that's good. Again, whether, you know, you're into gut health or whatever, you know, you can implement that. But also, again, I threw in something productive. I do a video for YouTube, and yeah, everything is productive. Everything is productive in my morning routine, and I'm not just wasting time. A lot of you, what you do is you wake up, you're in the bed, you're watching a movie in the bed, you're scrolling through social media, and you're really not getting anything done. You're not being productive. So take a look at your morning routine. Do an audit on it, right? Say, okay, this is what I've been doing for the last year or two. Are these things productive, right? Are these things going to help me get to my financial goals? and help me get to where I need to get to financially, right? Because essentially this is how you start your day. This is how you set the tone. And if you're setting the tone just doing nonsense and scrolling through your phone, or you're in your bed calling up your friend, talking for an hour, you're really not going to get far, right? So don't ask why. If you're the person doing those things, don't ask why you're not hitting your financial goals and you're not where you want to be. All right, so that's pretty much it. That's my morning routine. Make sure you implement one. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.